Ah, yes, the rail system, which you, the viewing public, will be riding up just as soon as we put you on the radio flyer. Usually we charge for this trip, but today it's going to be free. Going? It's the Tommy Knockers. Pull! Pull!
It's all dirty, damn it.
Heave to, mateys. Heave to. Pull!
The room's kind of muddy.
Uh-oh. Oh, God, here we come into the big room.
Where these trolls live.
We've got timber. We've got Brian Huntsman. Oh, God, what a sight. What a sight. Brian, are you going to pull us on up in?
Yeah, but I don't
all right,
want you
now,
to fall down like you did yesterday.
Now, where are we going?
We're almost to our
God.
parking pad here.
Right, here we are in the main room after just getting off the radio flyer, which we call the RFART system.
Yeah, what's that stand for?
That stands for the Radio Flyer Automated Rock Transport System. And here he is parked in his little place, awaiting a huge shipment of beautiful calcite. Hey, where'd Brian go?
Howdy!
There he is.
Howdy!
There he is.
Howdy!
What are you doing up here, Brian?
I'm looking around. I'm standing on crystals.
Where are you going, Brian? I mean, you know, a pocket this big. I mean, Jesus.
We're going that way.
All right.
What do we call the narrows?
The gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
The narrows. The gauntlet.
Well, let me and the viewing public sneak through here.
Yeah, come on up this custom-built ladder. Custom-built by us, specifically for this job.
Specifically for this job.
Well, when the job's over, we're going to leave it here. So
Now, you got to be careful coming through here because you got some low overhangs up here, and you might bop your head. We don't want to do that now, would we?
No way.
Hey, what's that? That's a ladder.
It's kind of like
right.
caveman style.
All right.
Caveman built
Oh,
this.
yeah, there's Brian.
Yeah, the ancient Anasazi.
Okay, now what are you doing here, Brian?
This is what we call
I see a lot of timber work.
Ray's room. This used to be a packing table. See those packing rolls there? We'd bring the specimens down to here.
Okay.
This is before I arrived on the scene.
Now, where are they coming from, Brian?
Well, up on the right-hand wall up high. You can see some drill marks up there.
Okay.
Where that was drilled and pieces were popped off there with the feather and wedge system of mining, which is...
Now, those are all calcites.
Those are all calcite crustules, as we call them.
Okay.
See, there's an old glove or two and a bunch of old rags that the miners left.
Yeah.
From when they were coming back here, when they should have been working, they were coming back here digging.
Well, it looks like very nice material. Is it?
This is so-so material here, because you spent many an hour working in here. Turned out the stuff was crap.
Well, it was a lot of good decorator and a lot of good poundage.
Yeah, a lot of good.
But up in that crack right there above that little catwalk was a fair bit of good material with the heavy marcasite.
Lots of marcasite.
And if you go on up this ladder and go to the right,
Here,
takes you on back to Lake Salem.
I'll show you.
Now, if you keep on moving on up over the catwalk to the left and go straight on up, you get in, going to the Brutus chamber.
We have a rope here. Power cords.
Follow Brian Huntsman, one of the mineral extraction team here at Brushy Creek, on down the narrows, which they call the gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
Running the gauntlet with specimens is truly a chore that one must undertake to understand.
Don't forget to show them Ray's crawler buggy.
Well, hold on a second here. We got to get across the hole without doing a one-legger down it.
Yeah, that's a trick. There's some gaping caverns that go all the way down to China. Chinese people are around.
Chinese people.
We've seen some Chinese chopsticks float up in the lake.
All right, we're heading down the gauntlet.
Real wet.
This is gonna real wet and real slippery.
This water is just dripping constantly. This building.
This is gonna lead us to where the actual Tommy Knockers live. Now down here, after this catwalk, we're gonna run into another set of tracks, which doesn't have the radio flyer system, but it does have the Rubbermaid tub system. Why don't you give us a quick explanation on that, Brian, before we proceed?
It's called brute labor in other parts of the world.
Okay, now what exactly goes on though with this Rubbermaid tub going down these tracks?
Well, see, I'm standing right in here. We got it rigged out so that the lids fit on the bottoms of the pails, and they vary from this high to this high. And it turns out with a rope, they'll slide on these rails real good thanks to water.
All right, so what you're saying is then you're putting the specimens in it.
In it, and
it's being pulled 50 feet away from where it starts, on up to this spot, and then run through the gauntlet and on out to the radial flyer system.
It sounds rough, and it is, but the old system was a real stinker.
Yeah,
right where we're standing, we used to have to pass rocks up one by one to the next guy. It was horribly, physically, horrendously terrible.
Ooh. So what you're saying now, Brian, is you can maybe like move 2 or 3 rocks at a time.
Yeah, you can move great amounts, actually, because you can sit there and pull tub after tub after tub.
So are you saying you're possibly tripling production by being a one-man dude?
Well, I wouldn't say that. One guy can't run the system.
Okay, but 2 guys can run it, and they can move triple the amount that one guy could.
We can run 20 shopping baskets over here in about a half an hour.
Oh, God, that's great. Okay, Brian, why don't you go ahead and let's take off.
One more thing that it should be pointed out. All this engineering work was done by yours truly, the cameraman.
Thank you.
Not only is an ace shooter, he has done a marvelous, marvelous job.
Thank you, Brian.
Like, who else could think of something like this besides a 7-year-old in fucking place?
in his Lego set. Okay, let's. Now, where are we moving on to, Brian?
We're going down to the dip, as we call it.
Okay, so this catwalk's actually going to take us to where?
To the lake. We're heading to Lake Salem.
So the catwalk and the track is going to take us to Lake Salem. Let's go.
Possibly the underground largest lake system in the world.
Let's go, folks. Let's follow Kid Dingo on his journey.
This is an incline of about 45 degrees, or as I'm using it now, a decline.
A decline.
You can see the braces that our engineers wanted to put in. This is very strong and very reliable.
Oh, yeah. I can see it shifting all over the place.
The rope is hanging off to the right here. We're not using it currently. Now this is where it gets tricky because we have to make this to fit the existing cave-in conditions.
Right, because we really can't move a whole lot of rock in here, can we?
No, this is a low, dangerous back scratching.
All right, here's one of the Rubbermaid tubs. We were fortunate enough to see one actually laying in its natural habitat. It's not hooked up right now. There'd be a rope on each end, so each person on the chain could pull. Okay, back to Kid Dingo.
Tell the view in public later on today we're going to be running what we call this part right here is called the chain gang.
The chain gang.
It's a horrible word.
A horrible word.
Fear into the hearts of normal.
Okay, Kid Dingo is going to move on down through the straight.
You have to have a real thin back. And dip under this. We couldn't drill it.
Oh, nice butt shot.
Oh yeah.
Looks like he's actually been sitting on
Did
the
you
butt.
tell them how I got all this gray mud on my butt this morning?
Well, Friday night when we were coming out, I cannot tell a lie. Brian's husband was driving and he got the damn machine stuck.
In the mud.
In the mud.
3 foot of oily, greasy mud.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit bouncy through here, folks, because crawling down these rails with a camera in one hand and trying to hang on to dear life in the other is not exactly the hot ticket.
This place you're coming to, camera, is about the levelest spot, and it's not terribly.
Okay.
Now
We got a nice boot shot of Kid Dingo here.
A boot shot.
Now he's going to be moving on up the other side of the incline, heading towards the lake.
This is an invigorating experience, let me tell you. Thank God for these ladder steps, we really lost. Okay, I am now at the other end of the rail system.
The rail system. Well, are you all the way at the end there, kid?
Yeah, this is from where stuff becomes launched. We're getting near the lake. The lake, I can almost hear the surf crashing on the shore.
Ooh. Can you... Whoa.
Whoa.
That was me sliding backwards, folks. Nothing to worry about. The camera's still safe.
We are approximately 15 feet over the lake right now. At this point where I'm at, there's actually some standing water down below me, but we don't want to get into that. Right down this here metal ladder that you'll see is where the lake dock is. We have a dock.
We have a dock. Now, is that dock to stage minerals coming from the actual crack on the other side of the lake?
Yes, it's the dock and then the catwalk in tandem. The dock is where we do a lot of wrapping and preparing to move out on the system here. Catwalk's where we're actually working. It's the working face.
The working face with the calcites are being extracted by the mineral extraction team, correct?
Yes, the rats.
Okay, now how far do you think it is from the dock to the catwalk over open, treacherous water?
About 40 to 50 feet.
40 to 50 feet. Now, how much do you estimate this water to be depth-wise?
We have plumbed the depths. We got the largest spool of string that we could find at Walmart which is 700 feet, and we have yet to hit bottom. We tied a big old nut.
700 feet. So you're telling me that possibly this cavern below us, below the lake that is filled with water, is 700 feet of calcite?
Well, like I said, we found a pair of chopsticks float up one day. So
oh, man. So you're talking possibly China here.
I think the Chinese tell their people don't flush the chopsticks down the toilet, but some of them obviously
Some of them obviously do.
So
God, wasn't that just informative?
you'll notice
folks.
at the dock that our speedboats are in the shop right now. Our 6 speedboats are not around. Our cigarette racers.
So what do you got as backup there, kid?
We have a raft made out of buckets.
Okay, let's follow Brian on down.
Any day it could have
Hey,
sunk.
where you going?
Won't fall.
You're not going anywhere, Brian.
Yeah.
Here's Brian trying to get up the old rail system, but nobody will take him up.